everyone, welcome to Movieception Show. My name is Veriba, and this morning we actually got the first trailer for an upcoming movie called Madam Web. Now, of course, this is part of the Sony Spider-Verse and how they're trying to expand on their universe right there. I mean, we're going to have Venom 3, Kraven the Hunter, and now we're going to have Madam Web. Now, Madam Web is going to be the one that's coming the soonest, I guess you can say, and I think that's early of next year. And the movie itself stars Dakota Johnson, Sydney Sweeney, and Emma Roberts. So I believe we're going to be seeing a couple of Spider-Woman characters in this film. I mean, Madam Web is one of them. I believe that, if the rumors are true, that Sydney Sweeney's playing Julia Carpenter version of Spider-Woman. And then I think we're still kind of unsure about who Emma Roberts is playing. But I'm very curious about this movie. I mean, typically speaking, from when it comes to the Sony Spider-Verse, it's kind of a mixed bag. I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of Morbius. I was meh when it came to Venom 1. I was okay with Venom 2. And so we'll see how it all goes. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right down into watching the first trailer for Madam Web.
Hey, come on. Get your stuff. Let's go. Let's try that again.
A week ago, I spent my life racing against time.
I'm gonna help you out today, okay?
Trying to save people who were running out of it.
Jesse!
Until one moment changed everything.
Come on! Welcome back to the land of the living.
I don't understand what's happening.
I've been having visions.
I knew he was gonna die.
I think I'm seeing the future.
New York City is a whole new level of crazy these days.
What do you want from me? What do you
New York City is a whole new level of crazy these days.
This is an emergency. Get off the train.
That man's trying to kill you.
What?
Who are you? What is going on?
I can see the future.
Oh, what the hell? She didn't see that coming? That's not how it works.
I've seen that man before.
So who is he?
Ezekiel Sims. He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died.
Wait, I recognize you. You live in my building.
You're the paramedic. Yeah, you almost ran me over.
You don't think this is weird? How we're all connected?
It's honestly like the least weird thing that's happened all day.
What do you want from me?
I have no idea what those girls are coming.
Why don't you run from me?
Okay.
I think he can see into the future.
What are you wondering?
He's trying to change what happens. Julia, get down!
Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me?
Your future was almost so different.
Why do we go?
If you want to live, you have to trust me.
Get ready. Now!
You're showing off. Maybe a little.
So that was the first trailer for Madam Web. And not gonna lie, I am not really impressed. Like, I don't even know what to say because I'm just not excited after watching that trailer. I mean, in the before this trailer, I was like, okay, I'm a little interested to see like what this movie is gonna be about, especially because like you have a pretty, massive cast and it's gonna be expanding on, the Spider-Man universe or the Sony's Spider-Verse. And yet, after now watching this, I'm just kind of like very underwhelmed. And so let's first talk about that trailer. Like, I mean, first off, it's super long. I think everything I need to know about this movie from beginning to the end has basically been spoiled. Like, I mean, I feel like I have a pretty good sense of where the story is going to go now. Of course, the one thing that we did not get to see is Emma Roberts in this trailer. So it looks like they're kind of, trying to hide her character off a little bit, which could be the reason, like, that could be, like, trying to trend onto something, I guess. Like, maybe she's, like, this twist of this movie. But even with that being the case, having seen this trailer, like, I'm just not feeling it. Like, I get that they're trying to form, like, this whole Spider-Woman team right here, which is great. I love to see, a lot more of the female representation and a lot of that female, strong female power and all that sort of stuff. But this was just not it. I everything about it just seems so wrong in this trailer. Like, for one thing, like, the whole, like, dynamic between the cast, I am just not vibing. Like, I'm just not getting that between some of the cast. Now, of course, again, this is just a trailer. So, I mean, this could all change once we watch the movie. But immediately, I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm just not feeling, the excitement for this movie. I think even with this trailer, the trailer is not the greatest. I think it's like a poorly edited trailer. Not gonna lie, I feel like this trailer reminds me of how we had these early 2000s trailer that was just like super generic and very badly edited with, like, some generic music that you're playing in the background to kind of make you feel for something, and it just isn't. So I hope that maybe it's just because it's like a really bad trailer and that it's not really a reflection of the movie itself. But even that being the case, I'm just a bit concerned, just like having seen this trailer, just because, for one thing, I basically kind of know everything of what this movie is trying to pertain to, except for the fact that, again, I don't see Emma Roberts, so they're kind of hiding her off for a little bit, holding her off for a little bit. We know a little bit of who Madam Web is, and, what her origin story is, so that's a bit more clear now. Definitely kind of giving a bit more of that spider vibe to it. Although it's not totally like a, typical Spider-Man, origin story or the tropes of it. But still, you get the sense of that. And of course, like I will say, for one thing, we do get to see their costumes. So I was able to pinpoint Julia Carpenter, played by Sydney Sweeney. And you do see her Julia Carpenter, her outfit. It does seem pretty on point with the comic book version. So it seems as though they are going to be, be very faithful to how the comic, how the outfits look in terms of the comic. So that's at least one good positive I can say about this. Although, again, we don't get to see it on, like, the full gear. So, and it does seem as though there's a lot more of the CGI that they had to use to kind of create those outfits. I could be wrong. I mean, they could have used actual practical effects, but from just what I'm seeing from my eye, it seems as though that it's all basically visual effects and CGI. So not the most promising trailer that I have seen. It does not really make me too excited to see Madam Web. I think, like, even there's some parts, like, there's even one part where you can see Sydney Sweeney and how they're all meeting each other for the first time. And trying to address the situation. Like, this is like that one scene early in the trailer, and it's like they're trying to say how they're trying to express how they're all connected. And there's like one part where Sydney Sweeney just gives off this really bad line. And it sucks because Sydney Sweeney is a pretty talented actor. And so just to see her kind of, try to convey those lines, it's just like, huh? Just kind of like, what? So yeah, I feel like there's just a lot of wrong than really anything right I can say about this trailer. I really hope it's not as bad, because again, when it comes to the track record for me and the Sony Spider-Verse movies, they're not the greatest. I absolutely despise Morbius. I did not really like Venom 1. I think it was just a bit too generic. Venom 2 I had a little bit more fun with. It's not the perfect movie, but I had a little bit more fun with Venom 2 than Venom 1. So I will say at least that. But, like, the track record's not great with the Sony Spider-Verse, and this is not a good sign for Madam Web. So I think the only thing I would say is really redeemable about what I've seen from this trailer is probably Dakota Johnson. I think she's probably the only person who I feel like is really putting so much effort into her character. And that, again, it could just be because they're showing a lot more of her footage. So, like, it makes a lot more sense why she seems to kind of be, one of the more stand-up ones. But and what even sucks is that you have Tara Rahim. Like, he's a very talented actor. I've seen so much of his movies. And I mean, it's great to see that he's getting some big projects like this one where he's playing Ezekiel's, I believe. So like kind of like a rogue Spider-Man. But man, like I really absolutely hate to see this movie suck. But just from the trailers, it's just not giving me off good vibes. I feel like the dialogue and the lines are just really messy. The trailer itself is kind of meh. And again, the trailer gave off way too much. But I'll try to keep my mind open for this movie. The trailer does not look good. Just that's just my opinion, of course. But it does not look good, and that's making me a bit worried about this movie when it does come out next year. So yeah, I think that's all to say about the Madam Web trailer. I think I've said my thoughts about it. I think I've been pretty direct about it. But let me know your thoughts are having now seen the first trailer for Madam Web. Do you think that there's actual potential for this? Maybe the trailers was just poorly edited. I mean, having now seen the trailer, what is your impression right now about this movie? Like, are you interested, or you're just as a bit underwhelmed as I am? What are some things that you're expecting this movie to go? Do you think that there could be some improvement before the movie comes out? What do you think are some standouts from this trailer? I mean, those costumes look pretty accurate. And that's all I have to say about that. But and let alone Emma Roberts, we don't see her in this trailer, right? So what is she? What is her character? Is she supposed to be the rumored Spider-Woman character that we're anticipating, or something else? And let me know if you have any other thoughts, speculations, comments after now seeing this whole Madam Web trailer that, I mean, honestly looks pretty messy. Let me know your thoughts below, and make sure to like and subscribe.